welcome to this special report that we are bringing to you from Hyderabad. For a change, it is not this 424-year-old Charminar that the world is thinking about when they are talking about Hyderabad. In the last 3 weeks, two women from this city, Sania Mirza and Saina Nehwal, have taken the world by storm, shown the world the power of a Hyderabadi racket. You could even say they have given the world a taste of spicy Hyderabadi biryani. Over the next half hour, we will take a look at what it is about Hyderabad that it has produced not one, but two world number one.
Landing in Hyderabad after a 30-hour-long flight from the US, Sania Mirza and her father cum coach, Imran Mirza, were jet-lagged, but clearly feeling on top of the world, quite literally.
Probably she's also maturing as a player, and now she's at her peak of her career, and I think that's what has helped her get to number one. I think it's been a very difficult task getting here, but it's going to be even more difficult to stay at the top. And
what would you like to tell her at this point of time then?
Well, that's what she has to keep working harder, because it's going to be even harder.
The mood was celebratory, and Sania's mother, Nasima, did not even mind giving away the secret of her champion daughter's energy.
Number one.
She'll have biryani when she'll go home, mutton biryani, and she likes one red chicken, and she likes bhuna gosh.
So you've been feeding her all these years, all this, and finally that she's become the best player as of now.
She eats all this only whenever she's home. She doesn't take control of the diet, but she gyms a lot, so she burns everything.
In fact, her dedication to her craft and having fun while doing it is what Narendranath, who was Sania Mirza's coach between 2001 and 2006, remembers about her.
Whenever she was on the court to come and practice, she looked very, very happy. And I think that's a huge thing for a player to come on court and feel really happy and bubbly. I think it's a huge thing. And I also remember that she used to land from an international event, say at 2 at night, and then 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning she used to be on the court.
That spirit to work hard will help, because though the hashtag "we won't give it back" did not quite work for the men in blue at the World Cup, Sania Mirza intends to make hashtag "I won't give it back" a trend.
At some point that's going to go, but you try and do whatever you can to try and keep that as long as you can. So that's what I'm going to try and do, and work harder and inspire myself even more to try and stay there as long as I can.
Focus and determination are key words in Saina Nehwal's vocabulary as well. The badminton star became world number one at the India Open in New Delhi last month. Her tryst with the game began almost by accident in 1998. And the last 17 years have been a love affair with the badminton court, which sometimes ended in heartbreak, but has been a joy to behold most of the time.
It feels great. It's a great achievement. Every player dreams of becoming world number one. But the kind of consistency I'm showing from last 7 months, I just wanted to win tournaments, play my best, and was not really expecting it to happen so early.
The power of one has made the world sit up and take note. And yes, put Hyderabad under the microscope, especially when two women from the same city came to occupy the top slot in two different racket sports at around the same time.
I don't know what it is about. I mean, it's produced these two who have become world beaters, and I don't know whether it's the chili in the food that you get at Hyderabad, whether it's the biryani that Hyderabad produces, whether it's the weather.
Claiming to be home to the world's favorite biryani, the popular delicacy has almost become a metaphor for the world's best players.
Sania loves her biryani, and a lot of people who come to Hyderabad love their biryani. So Hyderabad sport, whether you like it or not, whether you eat, say you don't want to eat it, but I think we're all influenced a little bit by the biryani.
Not surprising that Eat India company is inspired to name two varieties of Hyderabadi biryani at its restaurant after Sania and Saina.
The one named after Saina is the Saina single soya biryani, that's a vegetarian option, and the one named after Sania Mirza is the Sania double dhamaka, number one, because she is the number one in double steam, right? So what's special about the veg biryani basically is has soya wadi in it. Now soya, as we know, has the highest amount of protein in it, and no vegetarian ingredient can really match up to a soya. So yeah, that's a special ingredient in the soya Saina biryani. As far as the Sania biryani is concerned, we know she loves the meat, so we've gone a step further. We've given it double masala. We've given it 2 kinds of meat, so there's chicken and there's lamb, which she really likes.
But while the gastronomical indulgence is good for some friendly banter, the real credit for Hyderabad turning out to be a production house for world-class champions should be given to its sport ecosystem. The Gopichand Academy here and the tennis infrastructure in Hyderabad provided both Saina and Sania with a stepping stone to success.
Quality tennis academies have sprung up in different parts of Hyderabad. The best ones with 250 players each. In badminton, national coach Pulela Gopichand's academy is the premier Gurukul with 150 players. And the sponsors and the government subsidize the cost factor. Even though Gopichand Academy spends 1,40,000 rupees per player per month, a player pays only 3,000 rupees as fee.
We come from a very sporting state and a very sporting city. Fortunately, we've always had governments that have supported sport, and we are very lucky being from Hyderabad. And I think it's just, and I think we just have talented players coming out of Hyderabad. What can I say? I think it's a great time for sport in Hyderabad and in the country, of course, but especially for Hyderabad, that there's 2 women who are on top of the world in their respective sports from Hyderabad.
Jwala Gutta, India's top-ranked badminton doubles player, who along with Ashwini Punappa won the bronze at the World Championship in 2011, says the push given by the then Andhra Pradesh government played a significant part.
I think I was lucky, and when I was growing up, the state government really pushed me to, perform better. They were providing me the stadium for free of cost. I was not paying anything, and sir was a psych coach, so I never paid sir also. So that particular burden was off my parents' shoulder. And the shuttles, shuttles were so expensive. Shuttles are provided by, the SAB.
That's good. Take it on the side.
Dronacharya Award winner S.M. Arif, who has coached Pulela Gopichand, Saina Nehwal and Jwala Gutta, says the success stories are testimony to the quality of coaching in Hyderabad.
Basically, I found that here we are following some systems. Because of that, the sports is coming up. Because I go for the camps at different places, I found the system is not being developed. Where the regularity of the training, how we are planning for their development, all those things are not being done. Children, they come and play, they don't come at times. The training part is not regular. I think that's one of the things which we have developed, and I think that's what is bearing fruit for us.
Which is why Jagjit Singh, who is into the business of fabrication of steel in Hyderabad, wants his 13-year-old daughter Simran to go pursue her dreams.
मुझे स्पोर्ट्स बहुत पसंद है, और जब मैंने साइना नेहवाल, गोपीचंद जी और ज्वाला गुप्ता जी को देखा तो आरिफ सर मेरे आइडल बन गए थे. तो मैंने 2 मंथ से यहाँ पर मॉर्निंग आना शुरू कर दिया.
जगजीत सिंह जी, ये काफी रिस्की काइंड ऑफ एक डिसीजन है, क्योंकि होता है 1000 प्लेयर्स आते हैं लेकिन उसमें से इक्के दुक्के बड़े बनते हैं, लेकिन आप ये रिस्क उठाने को तैयार हैं?
हाँ बिल्कुल सर, वी हैव टू चिल्ड्रंस है ना, वी हैव टू टेक रिस्क, देन ओनली दे आर ग्रोन अप. वो कुछ कंट्री के लिए किए तो अच्छा है ना, स्टेट के लिए किए तो अच्छा है.
Jagjit Singh is only one among the thousands who have similar aspirations. It is almost on a daily basis that Gopichand gets a glimpse into the dreams of parents for their children.
A lot of parents wanting to live their dreams through their children. We didn't get a chance to play, so I want my kid to play. We've seen this lifestyle go haywire, in the sense people saying my kid's starting to become obese at 8 and 9 and I want him to take up sport. Some come with It doesn't matter what he becomes in life, whether he becomes a professional or not, but I want him to play sport well. But there are some who come with very clear objectives, in the sense they come on day one and says, I want my kid to be a world champion, and I'll do whatever it takes to.
We find out how there is no line of control to Pakistan's happiness for Sania Mirza. But before that, let's see how the twin success is being spoken of in typical old city Hyderabadi style.
Action! और 25 साल से चांदमीनार में बैठा हूँ, आज तक मेरे को बैडमिंटन कोर्ट और टेनिस कोर्ट में कोई भी नहीं बुलाए। ये दोनों बहना बुला के हैदराबाद का नाम कितना रोशन करे ना रे।
It's an interesting sidelight that Sania Mirza won her first significant women's singles WTA title at this tennis stadium in Hyderabad in 2005. And it was only apt that she returned to the same venue 10 years later, immediately after becoming the world #1, to lead India in the Federation Cup.
And it seemed the team from Pakistan was equally excited about their daughter-in-law's success story.
पर खुशी अब वो हमारी बहू है, भाभी है, एंड हमें जितनी खुशी हुई है, मेरा ख्याल जितना यहाँ पर वो खुश है, हम ज़्यादा खुश हैं. We are much happy और really I पहले भी कहा we proud of her.
Rajasekhar Mamidana, the city's best-known stand-up comedian, believes, tongue-in-cheek of course, that the Hyderabadi DNA helped make Sania and Saina winners.
The first one, we don't follow rules. Like if you see the traffic in Hyderabad, in the peak time there will be one guy who will be coming in the wrong route. It's a given that he's Hyderabadi, and it requires a lot of guts, you know, and he behaves as if we are all doing some mistake. So that is one quality which all of us have by birth. Hyderabadis will have that. And second one, we eat a lot. Sometimes we eat as if we are working to eat. You know, that is the kind of, and people who eat generally are healthy, you know, are fit. And Hyderabadis are fit people basically.
Both have also dared to chart their own path, caring little for the occasional brickbats.
Sania Mirza, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
That off-court indulgences like walking the ramp could ruin on-court performance.
Walking the ramp is totally different thing because you don't do it regularly. You are not a model. You are a sports person, so it's a difficult job for someone who is not in that field. But you really enjoy it when you wear such beautiful dresses. You look so good, and then you tend to forget sports for some time. You know, you're just in that field and you're enjoying it. You're enjoying everyone clapping around you. So those things, you know, you need sometimes these things to refresh. You know, because you're always on court playing. So sometimes something different is always very nice.
For both Sania and Saina, there have been as many hurdles off-court as on-court. Belonging to a conservative community, Sania had to fight stereotypes and come up on top in a glamour sport. Her marriage to Pakistani cricketer Shoaib Malik encountered dollops of controversy. For Saina, it was the disclosure of the apparent tinge of disappointment in her grandmother that the second-born to Dr. Harveer Singh could have been a son.
जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जो भी हुआ पास्ट में या इमीडिएट थोड़े दिनों पहले, उसको दिल से निकालना है. लड़की लड़के में कोई फर्क नहीं है. मुझे लग रहा है कि हमारी लड़कियां बेहतर कर रही हैं. मतलब टैलेंटेड होना चाहिए, कोई सा भी सेक्स हो.
Hyderabad is producing 2 women players so far. I hope the men also will do something sometime.
It is pleasantly astonishing that 2 players with the same set of 5 alphabets in their names, differently arranged, have crafted history.
The fact Sania Mirza on Monday is becoming #1 player in the world in doubles.
Saina and Sania, of course, there's a lot of similarity in both the names. So I understand that they have, many people have a lot of problems still to, you know, pronounce it. You know, sometimes even my father gets it. You know, sometimes even he gets confused. But it's okay. Both of us are doing really well from our state, from our country, and finally, you know, wherever I go out, they recognize me by my face. They call me Saina Badminton, so I understand, you know, at least they know that I am playing badminton.
To me, you know, Sania and Saina are tongue twisters from Hyderabad. And you know, to a lot of people, it becomes difficult to distinguish one from the other. But both these brands have contributed to Hyderabad a very distinct imagery. This imagery comes from two niche sports. What's really interesting to note is that this is not cricket imagery, which is India's lowest common denominator imagery.
Hyderabad has proved that it has the recipe, the winning formula to create world champions. The next step and the challenge is to share it with a larger talent pool that is available to create the Gen Next Sania Mirzas and Saina Nehwals and make it truly advantage India.
When you spoke about world number 1 and winning India Open, I just felt like, you know, am I really world number 1?
While Saina may still be pinching herself, India is waking up to badminton like never before.
What a crowd, you know, it was amazing. The, you know, so much support, so much encouragement. They were shouting so much, you know, it was like I'm playing some, you know, World Cup type of a thing, but it was great. This is what it is. I want to perform better. I want to win many more medals for my country, and if I have to sacrifice something for that, I will do it. And right now, it's the happiest moment of my life. I'm really enjoying badminton, really enjoying the top spot, and really enjoying the actually being the best in the world. So that's nice. Yeah.